Hey there. Okay, I am in beautiful Trinidad and Tobago. Today we are doing a sculpt class. Alright, all you're going to need is a heavy dumbbell and a light dumbbell. If you have either or, we use what we got, okay? Water bottles. Do your thing. Alright, we've got an elastic band. We've got a cloth booty band. If you have elastic, we use them for both. If we have cloth, use them for both. Use whatever you have. If you have neither, we can still do the same thing, okay? So let's get started. Meet me at the back of your mat. We're gonna lift those arms up nice and high, stretching the torso over to the right and then over to the left. All right, stretching out that spine. We'll do that one more time. Right and left. Then you're gonna take a nice curve of your torso, going forward, stretching the back out, down to the right, and then repeating down on up to the left. We're gonna roll through the spine and walk out to a high plank, inchworms. Okay, going at your own pace, we bend the knees and we stand right back on up. We keep repeating this. Inchworms, your own tempo, your own pace, bending the knees as you roll through the spine, walking out to a high plank, shoulders over your wrists, the back is nice and long, and we bend the knees to stand right back on up. Taking a few more of these, whatever you need, just to warm up this torso, warm up the spine, engage the core. Remembering to go at your own pace, not necessarily following my pace. You're going to find a high plank position in 3, reaching up still nice and high, in 2, last one here, high plank in 1. I'm going to hold this high plank position. We have a commando, okay? So we're bending down to our elbows, back up to our hands, down, down, up, up. I'm alternating between hands just to make myself even. You can do this with your knees down as well. Just keep the back nice and long. Going at your own pace and tempo here as well. Down, down, up, and up. Warming up the shoulders, warming up the arms, warming up the core even more. Few more. And meet me back in that high plank position, and we will push back into a child's pose now. Yes. Stretch out that spine. Knees are mat distance apart. We're going to swing our legs forward, okay? You're going to grab your light dumbbells. You can grab a pair of them. You can grab one heavy, one light, or no weights at all. The choice is yours. We have a C curve down to the mat, and we're going to make it a sit-up. All right, so weights up, rolling vertebrae by vertebrae down to the mat. Trying to keep those feet planted. We roll down, we roll right back on up. You want an advancement, we straighten both of those legs. We do the exact same thing. We're rolling through the spine down to the mat, and we sit right back on up. Going at your own tempo. The goal is to keep the feet planted, okay? So really working on engaging just the core, and we roll on down. All right, the weights just add a little extra spice, okay? Keep doing this and keep breathing. Here I am dropping a weight just to remind you that you have that option, okay? We have 3. straight to the ceiling. Hips are up. We have knee marches. Taking right and left. Right and left. Yes, keeping the spine nice and long. Hips are up. Dumbbells to the ceiling here. If having them to the ceiling is too much, you drop them down to your chest. You're just going knee into the chest, up and up. Same thing here, your own tempo. But driving that knee right and left, right and left. Yes, that's it. Rolling through the ball of the foot every single time we put that foot down. Here we go. A few more. That's it. We're going to drop those hips down. Perfect. Taking your right arm down, keeping that left arm up. We're going to lift those hips right back up to the ceiling. You're going to drive your right leg to meet your left hand. So we're keeping that left foot planted. Left arm and right knee meet and down. In and down. That's it. Boom. You can drop the weight here if you need. But if you want a little extra push, we keep bringing that weight up in to meet that knee. Modification, you drop the hips down and you just drive that knee into the weight, okay? Advancement, we straighten that leg, meeting that left arm. Up and down, yes. Up, still trying to keep the hips up nice and high if we're trying to go for that advancement. Use your right arm for stability to keep you stable. I probably shouldn't have done this so close to that gate because I kept hitting it. Here we go, driving that right knee up or that right leg straight into that left arm. In and down. Same thing. Remember that modification. The hip is down if we need it to be. Keep breathing. Last one, hips down. Perfect. All right, we go right back to our knee marches, okay? Hips are up again, and we are driving that left leg now into the chest. Hips up. Modification again, hips down if we need it to be. Those dumbbells are straight to the ceiling or they are down into our chest. Also remember, we can do this without weights as well, okay? But we're prepping for that left side, okay? Perfect. Here we go. Hips down, 3, 2, and 1. Yes. Okay, now the left arm we plant down, the right arm is straight to the ceiling. Hips are up, that right leg is planted. We are now driving right arm into the left knee, in and down. Remembering hips down for modification, or for our advancement, we straighten that leg and we meet that right arm. In and out. Yes. The challenge is to keep that foot floating if we have it straight. In and that's it. I know that challenge is really trying to keep those hips up as high as you can while driving that leg into that dumbbell.
This is our studio.
A few more here. Yes, y'all. In. Just give me one more. In and hips down. Perfect. Okay. Last thing. Glutes are up again. This time we just have a chest press. We lift those hips up. We are now driving those dumbbells up to the ceiling, back down to the chest. Up and down. All right, we give those legs a little break. I know they're burning a little bit, and we just are now working the chest. If you have light dumbbells and you want to lift a little bit heavier, grab those heavy dumbbells to give yourself an extra strengthening here, okay? Here we go. We're just lifting up and down. Still trying to keep those hips up. Of course, you can do the same thing with your hips down. Choice is yours. That's it. Lifting up. Just give me 1, 2, hips down. Yes, okay, we're gonna stand on up now, all right? So if you have that booty band, we're gonna grab it and we're gonna put it right above the knees, all right? We're gonna grab our heavy dumbbells here. If you don't have the booty band, that is perfectly fine. You can do it exactly without, okay? But we're gonna grab our heavy dumbbells. What we have coming up is a reverse lunge into a knee drive with an overhead press. Sounds like a lot, but super simple, all right? I'm gonna drive that leg back. If you have the band on, we're trying to separate that band. That knee is trying to get as close to the mat as it can. We rack those weights up. We bring the knee and the weights up to the ceiling. All right, if that band starts to move, just shift it, okay? You're here for you. We're going down, keeping that back nice and long. Head is on the spine. We lift and push that knee and those weights up to the ceiling. Down and up. All right, so if you want to find that stability, you go to the lunge, you tap the foot, and then you lift it up. If you want a little extra challenge, you're going to try and reverse lunge and lift that leg straight from the floor straight to the ceiling. That's the extra challenge there. If you feel like you really have that balance, you're challenging yourself to make sure that that foot never touches the floor unless it's in the lunge. But if not, we reset, find that tap, and then bring it on up. Here we go, nice and steady. If we're lifting heavy, please. All right, quality over quantity. So we're going nice and steady. We're trying to build a little muscle here, okay? So we want to go at a slower pace. If you have lighter weights, of course, you add more reps in there. We're going to find a pulse in this reverse lunge in 4, 3, finding a pulse nice and low in 2, and 1. Here we go. We have down, 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 going at the pace that you need. Down, down, down. Here we go. Going at the tempo you need. You can go slow, you can go fast. Just give me 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, boom. Keeping that left dumbbell in your hand by your side. We have snatches with the right. We're going down. Give yourself a nice base. Legs a little bit wider than you had them, and we're gonna pull through the midline straight up to the ceiling. If we got them light dumbbells, okay, we snatching it like we pulling somebody's hair out. I always say this, pulling it through the midline. If you're lifting a little bit heavier, maybe you need to break it down, pull it up, press it up to the ceiling nice and steady. If not, we're working on power, and we are thrusting that weight up. Don't be afraid to bend those knees as well. We still have the band on, I know. If you want to take it off, you can, but we're going to put it right back on for that left side. Pulling through. We have 7, 6, give me 5, 4, you go right to the left in 3, in 2, and 1. Yes. Okay. So, reset. We're getting ready for that left side. Maybe shift that band back down above the knees to get yourself ready. And we go right to that reverse lunge to knee drive on the other side. Boom. Yes, nice and steady. You know, we all have different sides. Our bodies are not even equally. So you're going to have a side that's more stable than the other. So just be mindful of that. Try your best to mirror the other side as much as you can, but it may not feel as stable as that first side did. You're just trying to complete the exercise to the best of your ability. I'm trying to keep that back nice and long. I do not know why I keep bending over so forward. But it's all good. Here we go. Yeah, there we go. It's like I figured it out. Head on the spine. Put chest not on your thigh, okay? We're trying to bend those knees. Also, too, the further you bend, the more stable you're going to be. If you keep a shallow lunge, it's going to be harder for you to find that balance, okay? Make sure to keep breathing. We find that pulse in 3. In 2, pulsing on this side. And 1, we have down, down, down. That's it. Same thing we did on the other side. If you feel like you're low, get lower. That's it. Here we go. A few more seconds. Ooh, I started to lose balance there. 3, 2, and 1. Stand on up. Okay, now we got our snatches to that left side, or whatever side you didn't do, okay? Opposite. I've got my right dumbbell by my side, and I start snatching my left hand up, all right? Same thing again. Whatever we did on that first side, you do it again. Bend those knees. I sometimes act like I'm allergic to bending my knees for some reason, but do better than me, okay? Don't be afraid to bend the knee. We're snatching through the midline. My weight's a little light, so my power may not seem as powerful, but ideally, that's what I would want. Pulling through the midline. In an ideal world, my weight would be 15 pounds at least, maybe a 20. So think about that when you're trying to decide what weight you want to lift. Don't be afraid to challenge yourself, but also listen to your body. We have 4, 3, all right, 2, last one. Here we go. Okay, take a second, maybe towel off. We're not done with those weights or that band just yet, okay? So, we are going to do a curtsy lunge here. We're gonna have our weights kissing each other, kind of a goblet style. If you have a heavier dumbbell, maybe you only need 1. The choice is yours, just wanting the weights to be close to the body so you leave space for your legs. We're going to take that right leg behind us, nice and low. Same thing like the reverse lunges, trying to get that knee as close to the mat as possible. We're then going to take our leg and lift it up, tabletop position, okay? You want to be able to stick a cup on that leg, all right? I'd rather the table shape than you trying to bring your leg up as high as you can, all right? We're trying to make sure that leg stays rotated parallel, all right? Really trying to separate that band. Same thing here with like our reverse lunges. You can find that tap first because this is challenging the stability here. Find the tap first, then lift the leg until you feel comfortable enough to go straight from the curtsy straight to the leg raise. Going at your own pace. If you're lifting a little bit heavier here, really just think about form and getting nice and deep in those legs. We're trying to work that glute and that quad. That's it. Same thing here. Don't drop the torso too low like I'm doing. Trying to stay nice and lifted as you can. We're going to find the pulse here in 3, 2, here we go. Last one, we pulse up, up, up. That's it, lift. Really trying to separate that band, still trying to maintain that parallel position. Hopefully that band is staying above the knees as much as you can. Give me 3, 2, 1, and done. Woo. Okay. Gonna find a little squat here in between before we go to that left side. We're going to do a squat thruster. Okay, we're gonna rack those dumbbells up on the shoulders. Feet hip distance apart, maybe a slight rotation in those toes. We go down, pressing those dumbbells up to the sky. Down, up to the sky. Same thing here. We're pushing that booty back. We're trying to keep that chest not super low, but not super high. That's right. Now my arms were dying here. I already did upper body earlier today, so your girl was a bit murdered, but we are pushing through. Going at your own pace too. So the thruster, ideally you would go straight down in that squat and shoot straight up to that shoulder press. But if you need to take a pause, take a pause. Boom, before you press it up. Keep breathing. This is not a race, it's a marathon, all right? That's it, keep breathing. Just give me 4, 3, 2, last one. All right. Not that that was necessarily a breather step, but we are going to move right on back to that curtsy lunge on the other leg. Okay, so same thing we did, right? We're trying to mirror the other side. We're bringing that knee behind us, nice and low, trying to get that knee as close to the mat as possible. We bring it on back. Remember to put those dumbbells in the middle of the chest, and we lift that leg side table. Boom. You want to try and keep the same weight you did on that other side as well. Really thinking about that inner rotation. That knee, that top of the thigh should be facing the front. Still breathing. This is my weak side here. Me and that band were not having a good time. And same thing here, like that other side. You may start to lose balance a little bit. But you keep pushing. Here we go. Nice and low. Remember, we got that pulse coming. So you just want to be mindful and ready with that standing leg. Yes, the pulse is coming in 3. Here we go, nice and steady. Pulse in 2. Here we go. And 1. We're going up, 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 up as much as you can. Separating that band, really thinking about keeping it parallel. Up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo, my legs started to get lazy there. But it's all good. We are done with that. We're going to take that booty band off. We are done with it for the rest of this class. Easy, light work, okay? So, but we're not done with those dumbbells, okay? So wipe your upper lip because mine was sweating. We're going to grab those dumbbells again. We have a sumo squat coming, all right? So wider than our regular squat, of course. Feet not super duper rotated. We're not a ballerina. We're still human here. You know, ballerinas are superhumans. But anyways, we've got slight rotation out of those feet. We're really trying to make sure those knees can still go over those toes, okay? We can have the dumbbells kissing down in front, or we can have them palms facing in because we're going to go from a sumo to a high pull. Nice and low, back is long. We pull up to that high pull and repeat. Same thing here. This is a marathon, not a race. Going at your own pace. Yes, rhyme. Okay. Down to high pull. That's it. Making sure those elbows are nice and out for that high pull. We want to feel that. Okay. Remember, your weight is your choice. Here, I probably would go a little bit maybe heavier than I did with the sit-ups, right? Because I'm still working on that leg strength, but also I want to be mindful about the high pull, that maybe I can't lift the same weight I would with my lower body, okay? We're gonna pulse the squat in 3, 2, pulse the squat. Here we go, down, 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 down. If you feel like you're lower, same thing here, go lower. All right, don't be afraid to bend those knees as much as you can. Keep that back long. 3, 2, and 1, lift it on up, okay? Shake the legs out a little bit. We're gonna go straight to upper body. We've got a lateral raise to a front raise, okay? Slight bend in those elbows. We wanna protect those arms. We do not want the arms completely straight. I'm going to the side, and then I'm bringing them front and lifting them front. Side and front. This is definitely where you wanna go lighter, all right? The weights are away from the body. We want to be able to lift them up, right? Not too high. We also don't want them too low. That's it. Keep breathing. Give me 3, 2, and 1. All right. So we're going to flip the palms out. We have arc raises here. All right. So we're going to bring the weights over our head and then back down in the front of our body. Same thing here. We are bending those elbows, lifting, keeping that back nice and long. Okay. Lifting up in that torso, breathing. Yes, nice and steady here. This is our last somewhat upper body thing. We have one more sumo with a little upper body, and then we are down on the mat for the rest of this class. Here we go. Yes, keep breathing. I don't know if I was breathing at all. Almost there. We got 2. Last 1. Boom. Woo! Yeah. My arms were done at this point, but all good. Okay. We go back to the sumo. Last thing here with these weights before we hit down on that mat, okay? So, you've done the sumo already. You know how to do it. We're going down to a sumo. We're going to lift up to a hammer curl. So those palms are facing in, and we're going to lift those heels up for a calf raise. So that's down, heels and arms up. All right. Down, nice and steady, hammer curl. But the hammer curl is slightly different from the bicep curl, okay? So those palms are facing inward, and we're lifting. This is nice, slow, and controlled. But of course, if we're using lighter weights, we can pick up the tempo. Yes. We're going to find a pulse again. This time we're going to incorporate just a little extra ditty on that pulse this time. That's it. We keep going down. We've got 2. Pulse in 1. Here we go. We got down, down. We're going to add punches here across the body, right and left and right and left. So you're bouncing down and out, down and out. Boom. That's it. Same thing here. Getting deeper in those legs. Almost out. We go. Give me 3, 2, 1. All right, y'all. We are down on the mat now. When you are ready, you're going to meet me in a high plank. We've got knee marches. Slowly bringing those knees in, right and left. All right, y'all. High plank. So shoulders over those wrists. Okay, we're keeping the back nice and long. I know our arms are already fatigued from everything we just did, but we're going to pick up to mountain climbers. Here we go. And in. Of course, if the mountain climbers are too much, we stay in that knee march. Here we go. Driving that knee into the chest. We want to keep that back parallel to the mat as much as you can. Give me 3, 2, and 1. Child's pose. Yes. Stretching that back nice and long. Okay, we're gonna grab our dumbbells again. I know. Last upper body thing, I swear. We've got a renegade row. So your choices are high plank position or plank with the knees down. But I want us to establish that plank first and then drop the knees from that position so that the back stays nice and long, okay? We are rowing to the side of the rib. All right. I'm extra emphasizing the side of the rib so that you can keep the arm at a 90-degree angle rather than scrunching that arm up, okay? Boom. We're trying to keep that high parallel. We're not here for long. That's it. Keep breathing. We have 2 and 1 down. Okay. Swinging those feet forward. We are ending with core. You guys, this is it, okay? We are going to take our dumbbells. We have a dead bug. We're going to roll down to the mat. Dumbbells go straight to the ceiling. They are parallel to each other. Feet are tabletop position. We have a dead bug. We're going to bring those dumbbells over the head for a skull crusher, okay? Working those triceps while alternating our feet. We've got forward and back. You can do the same thing with one dumbbell. We want to make sure those elbows stay nice and tight. You hold them by their little side cheeks and we bend our arms, okay? But if you're with me, we've got 2 in our hands and we're going over the head, bending those elbows, alternating those feet, getting to the deep core. Extra challenge, we lift the head, neck, and shoulders off of the mat. But of course, keep them down if you need to or you start to feel neck pain. That's it. Nice and long. Out. All right, keep breathing, nice and steady here. Your own pace. We're just trying to get into that deep core. Just give me 3, 2, and 1. Knees to chest, okay? So we are going to, still with those weights, we have a double leg stretch, all right? But we're gonna do it with the weights instead. Of course, you can do it without. You can do it with both. You can do it with one. Our knees are into our chest. We have our hands in a serving platter position. We open the legs and arms out. We bring them back in nice and tight. If we have one, we just bring it over the feet and extend. Classic double leg stretch here. Boom. Bring both of those legs in and out. All right? Of course, we don't need weights. Hands grab the knees, hands go back out. All right? But for that extra challenge, we grab both of them and we swing front and back. Another modification is we can tap those toes down rather than fully extend them out. That's it. Really keep breathing here. Nice and steady. That's it. 3, 2, 1, and down. Woo! I know, last thing with these weights, we're gonna push our weights straight to the ceiling. Legs are straight up. We just have leg raises, okay? We're gonna drop our legs down and bring them back up. If the arms up are too much, we bring them down to our chest, elbows down. If not, pushing them up, head, neck, and shoulders off, we drop the legs down, we bring them up. Modification as well, tap the toes down with the knees bent if we need to. Here we go. And down, nice and steady. Still breathing. I'm going to show that bent knee version here. We bend the legs down, we bring them down, we tap them down, we bring them back up, okay? Here we go. One last core thing. After this, and we are done. We stretch it out. That's it. Down. Nice and steady, toes nice and pointed. Give me 3, 2, 1. Knees to chest. That is it. Okay. Last thing. The only reason we brought this elastic band out for today. Now, of course, we do not need it. This is just to be extra, because why not? We have a crisscross, also known as a bicycle. We are going to take the band if you have it. If you don't want it, you're like, absolutely not, don't do it. If you're using the band, the feet are flexed, okay? If you are not using the band, we point those toes out, all right? We go down to the back of the mat. We crisscross. We take the left elbow to the right knee, right elbow to the left knee, and we are trying to stretch that band out. Here we go, 30 seconds. Stretching that band out. Here we go. Right and left and right and left. You got it. We keep pushing. We're almost out. That's it. We go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Knees to chest, you guys. That was a great full body workout you just completed. Let's take a figure 4 stretch, bringing that right leg over the left knee, stretching that glute out. We put in a lot of hard work in these last 35 minutes. When we're ready, we switch to the other side, stretching out that glute. Last thing, we're going to separate those legs. Take the hands to the outside of the feet. Happy baby. stretching it out, maybe elongating that right leg out, stretching the hamstring. Same thing to the left. And thank you so much for working out with me today. We did it, and please come see me again.